Humans have marked their bodies with tattoos for thousands of years. These permanent designs, sometimes plain, sometimes elaborate, always personal, have served as amulets, status symbols, declarations of love, signs of religious beliefs, adornments, and even forms of punishment. But each and every tattoo tells a story, and it's up to the individual to share their story to the world.
Yeah, most of my ink is from the road. Touring stage technician and drummer. They don't really have much context in the meaning of each other, but each one does tell a story. And you know, I've got some of these in Europe, touring around the United States, South America, and my favorite ones are on the back of my leg.
Well, I got a tattoo when I was a teenager, and I dread it because I was with my buddy and she wanted to get a tattoo. So because I was with her and because we were cool, I got a tattoo as well. And now because I'm older, I'm in the working field, and I think differently about the tattoo. I don't think it's really as appealing as it was when I was a teenager. I just feel like when you're in a working field, tattoos, sometimes it can kind of take away from your image rather than like focusing on your qualities and things that you bring to your career or job. But I understand that some people look at it as a form of expression and all that, and also just what my tattoo states. This is my name, and one little child said, well, why would you get a tattoo of your name? Because you already know your name. And that was like, coming out of the mouth of a child, it's like, gee whiz, that makes so much sense. So maybe that has something to do with why I'm not as comfortable as others with, you know, my tattoo that, you know, compared to others with their tattoos. That could be reason. So this is Camilla, and I share my story of my tattoo.
Game, I don't know you. Looking at the bench like damn with the substance.
I'm Dre, known as Dumbass Dre. I make music, you know, do clothing, leader, or, you know, founder or whatever. We may call it the Shat movement. Might have heard of us, you might not have, but just a unique person, one of a kind, man. And well, professionally, I'm just an average worker. Work for Samsung. Everyday hard worker, and I got a couple hobbies on the side that one day I hope will turn into a profession, such as my music making.
Let me do mine. Check. Well, we the realest in the game, and the newest as well. Haters stay sick, but me, I wish them well. How you doing? Where you going? The top, we excel. Straight to, straight through, blue, like Nextel. My nigga hit me like,
you know, artwork, the aspect, the drive I have. I hope that gets me where I want to be with that. So just keep sticking with it. The day before I went to go get the tattoo, I was hype. I was thinking, you know, I was younger at the time, according to everybody else, probably like, 17, 18, something like that, around my friends. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go get tatted. Like, nah. And I was real hype, you know, ready. And the next day come, I get there, and it's like, kind of walk through the door, and the first thing you hear is hands, and it's like, it's kind of scared a little bit, like, you know, that's when the nerves kick in, like, everybody, like, you know, it's gonna be painful. And actually the place where I went, like, originally they didn't let me in because you needed to be with your parents if you wasn't over 21 or 18 at the time. So I couldn't end up going there, but I ended up going somewhere else to get it. He pretty much brushed it over like it was cool, but it was real nerve-wracking. It was scary. It's kind of it's a pain that you start to love and acquire over time once you get one, pretty much.
Back then, a lot of people didn't understand tattoos, you know. A lot of people were judged on, you know, their art. So tell us about your views on tattoos.
I mean, I feel like tattoos is just, it's a way to express yourself. It's just a way to show people that you're you and you're not anybody else. Whether you may have the same tattoo as somebody else, like you're still different. You're an individual. And like I know people notice that over time because I work in an environment where I can't have my tattoos showing due to my company beliefs, and you know they just don't want their employees to look like those kind of people who tattoo. But there's a few times when I break the rules and I don't cover them up, and I mean I can see how my customers look at me, whether they want to ask help and training, and they may feel like they don't want necessarily my help because of the tattoos on my skin. But as soon as I help them, or first time I speak, I show them interest, they just open up. It's a whole different world. Like they put that guard down due to tattoos. So I feel like over time, people would just form, just look at the tattoos as just artwork. It's not defacing your body. It's not taking away from who you are. You're actually showing people that you're comfortable with in who you are.
A lot of people are being judged on their artwork, like they don't think it's art. They think it's, just a symbol, like a gang sign or something like that. Like, tell us a time where you felt like that, like.
Well, definitely, I was at work one time, actually just walking right into work. Usually in my work area, I work with other customers in other areas, so they let people sit in my area, and I came into a lady sitting there. She was an older African-American woman, church built, and the first thing she saw was my tattoos. And, from the jump, asked me, do I know who my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is? Asked me about when the last time I was in the church. Just basically, just judging me right off the jump. And then from there, it was cool for about the first 5 minutes, but I understood, she didn't say anything about the tattoos. Then the next thing, it kind of eased into, tattoos. Why did you do this to your body? Like, does your mother think this is acceptable? How does she feel about this? You shouldn't be doing this or defaming yourself. You can come in our church and we'll accept you. You don't have to dress up. You don't have to do this. Like, we'll take you regardless. If you want to show your tattoos or not, like, we can talk to such and such as a pastor. And I really felt like I was scolded. And this woman that had no idea who I was, anything about me, like what I've been through that day, what it just came about, like she just kind of hounded me because of my tattoos, kind of like tried to lure me into her church. And, if there's people behind God that treat people that way about tattoos, then like I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that organization, like that church, to try to lure me in because I have tattoos. Like I want you to lure me in because you feel as though you guys can help my life, better my life, not because you think I'm a damaged, torn soul with offensive things on my body that you frown upon. So I wasn't comfortable with that, not at all.
Hi, my name is Sanal Mystery. I'm 24. I love to travel, I'm into fashion, and I'm interested in learning about other cultures.
What is art to you?
Art to me is a form of expression. It's different for everyone. It's really unique to the individual.
Would you consider yourself an artist?
Yeah, I definitely would. I'm not a photographer or a painter, but I am a dancer, and that's the way I express my creativity. My thoughts on tattoos, I think they're great. It really depends on the person. I personally don't want to be tatted all the way up. A few tattoos are okay with me.
Do you have any tattoos?
I don't have any tattoos, not yet at least. But I do want a few. I actually want 3.
So what stopped you from getting tattoos?
I've wanted a tattoo since I was 18. I just never found time for it. So it's kind of like if you really want it, you would go for it. So I do want it, but I'm not sure when's the right time.
My name is Craig Clark. I'm 23. I'm a senior at Wilmington University studying digital filmmaking. I'm sort of what you would call an artsy guy. I go to the movies, I go to the art museums, I like looking at sculptures, drinking wine, painting. So yeah, I'm an artsy guy. I would definitely consider tattooing a form of ancient art dating back from the Egyptians to the Roman times. It kind of signifies the alpha male. So it feels good when people double take and look at my tattoos and question if, they tell a story, and which they do. I remember it like it was yesterday. You know, I fell asleep on the couch after school, and I heard a knock at the door. You know, I woke up and I looked outside my window, and it was my best friend's aunt. I got up and I opened the door, and I seen that something was wrong because she had a face full of tears. She kept trying to talk, and she was talking really fast and loud, and I really couldn't understand what she was saying, but I knew she was upset. I gave her a minute to like just get all the tears out, and I grabbed her by the shoulder and I looked at her and I said, "What's wrong?" It took her about 30 to 45 seconds for her to finally answer and tell me that Leroy died. As soon as she said that, you know, I felt like my life was over. I felt like it was the end. You know, this is my best friend for over 10 years, you know. I knew him since kindergarten, so losing your best friend is like losing your parents or losing a sibling or even losing your dog, you know. So along with the birds, most of my tattoos are in memory of him. So, who are you, and tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Anthony Sims. I'm 22 years old. I'm a product sales advisor, and in my spare time, I'm an aspiring musician.
I held it down at 93, 94 to 95, I was all the way live. 96 to 97, Reeboks and bow ties.
So, what's your thought on tattoos?
Me personally, I feel like if I could sum up the meaning of tattoos, you know, for me, and the way I see them is discipline. You know, it's art and discipline, you know, when it comes down to it. I feel as though when you feel as strongly about something where you want to put it on your body for the rest of your life, you know, not only for, you know, you to see, but the whole world to see, it's pretty amazing. It shows that you, maybe not speak for everyone, but it shows that certain people have a lot of discipline. You can sit through a 2, 3, 4, 5-hour session, you know, basically for some artwork that you want to, you know, display to the rest of the world because you were disciplined enough or you felt so strongly about something that you want it on the body for the rest of your life, you know. And I think, you know, in this day and age, it's nothing short of art, you know. It's beautiful. You know, everyone's tattoo has some sort of meaning, you know, whether it's a dumb butterfly tattoo on someone's ankle or, you know, it's a full sleeve telling an epic story between, you know, David and Goliath, things like that. You know, everyone's tattoo has a meaning or a purpose, whether it's a funny story, a good story, a happy story, a sad story. They're there for a reason.